got some housekeeping to do here, some announcements that we'd like to get out of the way so that everybody's aware of what's going on. First of all, restrooms are over here. Seating is available. Secondly, the bar is in the back. It will be open throughout the evening. But we would appreciate it, and the management here would appreciate it, that if you buy alcoholic beverages, please don't take them outside. It jeopardizes their license, and we want to make sure that everybody has a big smile on their face when they leave tonight. We're going to have several drawings this evening. Some of the things that are going to be given away or drawn for will be down here that you can see. Millie Moon has done some hand painting on some mugs. We have gift certificates from restaurants. We have drawings to include Christmas tickets and all kinds of really neat stuff. You will notice that each table, you probably didn't realize this, but we're going to have a test. Each table at every spot has a little blue sheet. You will have time throughout the evening to come up with answers. You can talk to one another. This is not that kind of a test. And I promise we won't grade you. This also, for your own information, you will note that there are no waiters. That is because this is a buffet. I was assured that somewhere in the dictionary, buffet means feed yourself. Therefore, we will point out some people, some tables, and you folks will get up and orderly. You will go to the back and you will get your food. Boarding house reach is probably very important. I think I've done it. I think I fulfilled all my obligations. Pretty harmless, huh? We hope you enjoy yourself. We expect everyone to walk out of here tonight with a great big smile on their face. And without further ado, it is truly my pleasure to introduce to you the Whittier Corollaires.
welcome to the Whittier Corollaires' first annual Cabaret show. We got lots of great barbershop music for you, so sit back, relax, but most of all, enjoy. My heart, open sugar tonight, this is it, we'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit, so on with the show.
know, an important part of the society. And what really is the glue that binds us together is the cue for quartets. We are very pleased to have tonight a quartet they're going to dazzle you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pigeon Time.
Oh, there you are. I'm right here. I didn't see you come down. Wait a minute. Well, we're awfully close to people who can throw utensils. Just make sure that it's not a sharp end. That's right. Okay. Can I have that one again, please? Thank you. I'll give you a choice. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Open up your window, Emmeline. Listen to my song of love. Even breezes on the lullaby. There's a million candles in the sky. I put on my Sunday suit of blue, Emmeline, just for you. Here I'm waiting at your garden gate, while the village clock is striking eight. Hurry up, hurry, hurry down, honey. Don't be late. Don't get my heart whisper through your window, Emmeline. It's a lovely night, Emmeline, to meander with me, meander with me. And have you told your friends? Have you told your people, Emmeline? Hurry up and write them a line about a wedding to be, a wonderful wedding to be. In the church there's an old bell ringer, and he's just waiting for the time when I place a ring around your finger, making you mine. Now all I do is pray for that Sunday morning sun to shine, when I promenade down the line, hand in hand with Emmeline, my Emmeline. Come on and make my day and say that you'll be mine, my Emmeline.
We started at the same place and ended at the same place. See, we don't do that very often. Okay, next we'd like to sing a song that,
Are you close enough to the microphone?
thank you, John J. Anthony.
You're welcome.
We're still going to sing a song that, I don't know when it was written, probably before two of us were born, but it was featured in the 1956 movie called High Society, sung by Grace Kelly and Bing Crosby.
Suntan wind blown, honeymooners at last alone, feeling far above par. Oh, how lucky we are. and you give to me love forever true. For you and I am a guardian angel on mine, with nothing to do but to give to you, and you give to me love forever true, so true, love forever true.
Here's a song that we'd like to do for you right now that originally was popular during the 1930s, but Johnny Polko told me that he wrote it back in 1675 and then put it away in a drawer somewhere and forgot about it for 200 years. So that was an Irving Berlin. Oh, that was an Irving Berlin song. I'm sorry. And it was not quite as popular as God Bless America, which Johnny also thinks he wrote. Anyway, it's a wonderful song called Shantytown. Oh, which wait a minute, wait. I should probably pull the record. Would you? Thank you very much. You're welcome. Bye.
There's a queen waiting there in the silvery cloud in my shanty, in old Shantytown. It's only a shanty in old Shantytown. The roof is so slanty it touches the ground. Just a tumble down shack by an old railroad track. Like a millionaire's mansion keeps calling me back. I'd give up a palace if I were a king. It's more than a palace, it's my everything. There's a queen waiting there with a silvery crown in my shanty, in old Shantytown. There's shanty in a little plot of ground where the green grass grows all around, and the roof is so worn, so badly torn that it tumbles to the ground. Just a tumble down shack and it's been right back about 25 feet from the railroad track. Lingers on the mind most of the time. It keeps calling me back to my little old shack. I'd be just as sassy as Haile Selassie if I were a king. Would mean a thing. Put my boots on, Tory, they're riding on the wall, and it would mean a thing, not a doggone thing. There's a queen there, in an antique wooden rocking chair, my shanty, in old Shantytown.
of the city, just about to go insane. Seems like I hurt my baby the way she used to call my name. Hey, stupid! If she ever comes back to say, there's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Walking with my baby by the San Francisco Bay.
And we would like to give something else away.
One of the most entertaining speakers I've ever heard. Bob, you want to bring the guys in? One of the most entertaining speakers I've ever heard is a rabbi from Palm Springs. He has a huge temple, about 3,000 members, and when he got through, I went up and said, if I knew you'd be there every Sunday, I'd become Jewish and come to your church. He was so clever. He had the table grace. I had a chance to attend a ministerial union luncheon one day with our minister, and he had the table grace, and I've used it several times in our church, and it goes like this. Thank you, Lord, for all we've got. Now let's eat it while it's hot. After we've had hey, how was the dinner? Good? Okay, this is a good time to bring on something I've used for many years. It's kind of fun. This is the Dieter's Prayer. Lord, grant me the strength that I may not fall into the clutches of cholesterol. The polyunsaturates I'll never mutter, for the road to hell is paved with butter. And cake is cursed, and cream is awful, and Satan is hiding in every waffle. Beelzebub is a chocolate drop, and Lucifer is a lollipop. Teach me the evils of hollandaise, of pasta and gobs of mayonnaise, and crisp fried chicken from the south. Lord, if you love me, shut my mouth. I'm reminded somehow of the man who walked into a bar he hadn't been in for a long time. And there sat an old friend of his, and he looked absolutely terrible. He was always impeccably dressed and everything, and his tie was loose, his suit was wrinkled, he needed a haircut, he just didn't look good at all. He went up to him and said, "What in the world has happened to you?" He says, "Oh, heck," he says, "everything in my life has turned to worms." He said, "My wife ran off with another guy, I lost my job, my employees are stealing me blind at work, and I think the only thing for me to do is go out and end it all." His friend says, "Don't do that." He says, "I got an idea." He says, "When you get home tonight," he says, "you take down do you have a Bible?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "Take down the Bible and just hold it in the palm of your hand and let God open it to where he will. And then close your eyes and with your finger bring it down in some place on the page to which the Bible is open." The guy says, "I'll try anything." About 3 months later, he walked into the same bar, and there sat his old friend. Looked like he just stepped out of Gentleman's Quarterly. Beautiful haircut, expensive suit, expensive shoes, having a martini, and he looked absolutely wonderful. And he said, "My gosh," he said, "what an improvement." He said, "Well, I did just what you said." He said, "I went home and took down my Bible, held it in the palm of my hand, let it open to where God would open it, closed my eyes and went like this. And when I opened my eyes and lifted my finger, sure enough, the solution to all my problems were there." And the guy says, "For God's sakes, what was it?" He said, "Chapter 11. Okay, now it's over.
This time you go. There's none so sad or teary as a lover's tale of woe. So listen to this
Every time the chorus sings that, we all mentally thank Earl Moon for that arrangement and so many of the things that the chorus does. Three nuns who work in a hospital are on their way back to the convent. I haven't told a joke yet. These three nuns, this is I've actually had a request from somebody in the audience to tell this.
Tell it anyway.
Three nuns who work in the hospital are on their way back to the convent in their Volkswagen. They're putting down the street and they ran out of gas. And so the lady who was driving coasted over to the curb. They all got out and went to a filling station about a half a block away, explained their situation, and they said, could we have a gallon can of gasoline, and we'll take it back, put it in the car, and then come back and fill the tank. He said, ladies, I'd like to help you. But he said, the guy who works for me didn't show up today. Somebody stole my gallon can, and I don't know, and I can't get away. I don't know what I'm going to do. One of them says, wait a minute. She went back to the Volkswagen, reached in back of the back seat. It's got a bedpan. Remember, they work in a hospital. And they brought it up and showed it to the owner of the gas station and said, could we use this? He says, oh gosh, he said, that's illegal as heck, an open container like that. It's not a good idea, but I don't see how we have a choice. He said, okay, but be really careful. So he fills his bedpan with gasoline. Very carefully, they carry it back to the car. They're pouring it into the gas, into the tank. A Methodist minister and his wife are going by. He took one look and he said to his wife, if only our people had faith like that. I often refer to them as 300 years of harmony, but they're not quite that old, but they're four of my favorite guys, a good quartet. Let's give a big hand to Accordingly Yours.
The very first song we'd like to sing is really the only military song that we ever get a chance to sing in barbershop. It's entitled, She Was Faithful to the Regiment, but Rotten to the Core. No, we really don't even know that song. Actually, this is a song is just kind of a fun song. Talks about life and love and some wonderful thoughts.
One life to live, one life to give. I want to have fun in just one lifetime. I want to have fun before it's done. I'll find some friends that I can trust, and on my way I know I must find love with just one person to share with me a family. And let me write a song for the world to sing, and I'll have fun in just one lifetime. Gee, you know I really want to have fun in this old world before it's done. I want to have a fling and have my day in the sun. I'll find some friends who'll stick together through thick and thin and stormy weather. And then along the way I know I must find love with just one person who wants to share a life with only me. And when the time is right, we'll raise a family. And let me write a song for the world to sing, and I'll have fun in just one lifetime. One lifetime.
Even though we're celebrating the old songs tonight, we have a more modern song that fits barbershop style. It has such a powerful message, we'd like to sing it. I think it may become an old song that endures as well.
Gee, I wish that I could write a song, but every time I try, it turns out wrong. Wouldn't it be great to write a song and get the whole wide world to sing along? If I could write a song and get the world to sing along, think of all the music there would be. The earth would start to ring and everyone would sing a song of peace and love and harmony, with 3 billion voices singing together. Oh, what a happy sound! And just to think it's my music making the world go round. Then people feeling sad would have a reason to be glad. I would do it with a melody. If I could write a song and have the world to sing along, how wonderful this world would be. If I could write a song and all the world to sing along, how wonderful this world would be. You'd see how wonderful this world would be. Gee, what a world this would be.
Lots of songs in barbershop that are remembered for different reasons. Here's one that's kind of always associated with barbershop, made famous by Meredith Wilson in Music Man, Light a Rose.
Now here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine, be mine. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose to get the sun back in my sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose.
Do you have another drawing?
Yes, we do.
Good.
songs that we do, of course, from the turn of the century, and most of the songs of that era had verses. They gave you a little story before you sang the song, so you kind of knew what the song was about. Well, this is an old song, and many of your barbershoppers out there, called Bright Was the Night. It's from way back there, and it didn't have a verse, so a really great barbershop arranger in our society just in St. Louis wrote this verse to go with it, and I think it's probably one of the loveliest verses, even though it was written in 1986 or something like that, to go with this beautiful song, Bright Was the Night.
So
chorus is leaving the stage, I feel compelled to tell this story. Are there anybody in the audience like to go fishing? Okay. There was this very wealthy guy who heard about, he owned everything. He fished all over the world, caught record trophies all over. And he heard about this lake in Kentucky that was really turning out some huge largemouth bass and real record breakers. And so he wanted to go down there. So he bought a boat to go down there. He bought the most expensive bass fishing equipment, dozens of lures, the whole thing. Invested all his money, chartered an airplane, went down to Kentucky. He finds this lake. And so he's out there and he's fishing, he's casting, and nothing is happening. But 25 yards from him is an 8-year-old kid with a branch off a tree, some string, a bent pin, and he's hauling them out. He's got them stacked up like cordwood on the edge, and it's driving this guy's nuts. So he said, he finally he swallowed his pride, and he started the engine, and he went over to where this kid was, and he said, "Son," he said, "how are you able to catch all these fish?" And the kid says, "Oh, he said, "What'd you say?" Kid says, "Oh." He says, "I can't understand you." And the kid says, "You gotta keep the worms warm." You're a great audience, you really are. Okay, I'm gonna turn this over to my good friend Bill Johnson.
Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy over the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage. But you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Hey, you're all right. Give yourself a hand. Let's see. It's a good baseball season, isn't it? Is the right team winning? Billy, is the right team winning? Let's see. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back or in root for the angels. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah. Let's do a round. You ever used to do those when you were kids? Maybe. Well, we're going to do a little more complex round than the usual round. We're going to sing 3 different songs. So let's see. All these tables here, from here on over, you're group number 1. Group number 1, you're going to sing, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. That's you got. You're the rower of the boat. This group, these tables right in here are going to be right here. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all run after the farmer's wife. He cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as 3 blind mice? Okay, you get the fun part. This is called Little Tom Tinker. Yeah, and it's not quite as familiar as these, but it's pretty simple. It goes like this. Little Tom Tinker, he sat on a clicker and he began to cry. Ma, ma, poor little innocent guy. You can do that. Good now. The little Tom Tinker, he sat on a clicker and he began to cry. Ma, ma, poor little innocent guy. You got it. Okay, let's start over here with
Row your boat gently down the stream. Read line, line, read line, line. Look how it's out and quicker and heaving out and dry. Look how it's out and quicker and heaving out and dry.
Keep going.
Poor little innocent guy.
Maybe some young people in here who don't know what a clicker is. Anybody here doesn't know what a clicker is? Oh, when you burn a fireplace or you fuel something with coal, after it all dies down, there are these little things that are still really hot, but they're kind of covered over with ash, and you hear them, and they kind of get a little clicking sound, and they call them clickers. And when you sit on one of them, you're going to be a more innocent guy too. So Mr. Lincoln is going to raffle right now. Thank you.
Yes, I'm springtime, they're okay, but let me hear a ragtime band today. Come on and hear, come on and hear, come on and hear Alexander's ragtime band. Come on and hear, come on and hear, it's the best band in the land.
ask us where this wonderful barbershop sound comes from. Well, we don't really know for sure, at least we're not absolutely certain. We do know that it's one of the two forms of music that's indigenous to the U.S., barbershop, the other being Dixieland jazz. Well, we do know that some people claim that it's a form of gospel music, and some people claim that it's a form of minstrel music. So right now we'd like to present Whittier's Minstrel Montage featuring some of our own chapter quartets.
Get out of the way, old man Tucker, get out of the way, old man Tucker, get out of the way, old man Tucker, you're too late to come to supper.
I came to town the other night, I heard the fuss, I saw the fight. The watchman, he was running around crying, old Dan Tucker's come to town.
Get out of the way, old man Tucker, get out of the way, old man Tucker, get out of the way, old man Tucker, you're too late to come to supper. You're too late to come to supper.
Hey, get along, Josie. Hey, get along, Jim along, Joe. Hey, get along, Josie. Hey, get along, Jim along, Joe. Hey, get along, Josie. Hey, get along, Jim along, Joe. Hey, get along, Josie. Hey, get along, Jim along, Joe. Hey, get along, Jim along, Joe.
Well, in the last half of the 19th century, a young man burst on the musical scene. He was to give us some 150 different songs. Now, his name was Stephen Foster, and his music and his lyrics reflect so well the age at which it was written.
Oh, never found the trouble, but that water in the spring. A traveler has no trouble, but he's got this song to sing. Ring, ring the banjo, I like that good old song. Come again with fortune, no place you've been so long. Ring, ring the banjo, I like that good old song. Come again, good fortune, oh, where you've been so long. Can't have a lady sing this song, do-da, do-da. Can't have a racetrack 5 mile long, oh, do-da day. Come down here with my hat taken, do-da, do-da. Go back home with a pocket full of in, oh, do-da day. Wind around all night, wind around all day. Bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay, somebody bet on the bay, somebody bet on the bay. Oh, weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home. For the old Kentucky home far away. Oh, I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee, and I'm going to Louisiana, my Susanna, for to see. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my ring, ring the banjo. Hey, get along, go, get away, roll and turn. Hey, with the banjo to my day.
Super good job, guys. Now let's bring on one of my favorite quartets, A Pitch in Time, if they can make it up the stairs.